All right. I hope you recognize me. I am elder brother of Mr. Chandraprakash Kashyap. He is down with COVID, and you may argue that I take after Mr. Chandraprakash Kashyap. Yeah, of course, because I'm his brother. I run a roadside eatery, but the roadside eatery is locked up. Therefore, I thought I must explore going online, producing videos. So I was asked to convey a couple of things. One, that this video is at the behest and urgent request of Mr. Narula, my good friend. Second, that you all stay at home wherever you are staying or living, as the case be, and stay safe. Another very important piece of information that I should convey is that whereas online classes have started for almost all schools, by way of online classes, many teachers are generating videos of written texts, which I do not believe in, and I doubt they pass off as videos. All right, having said that, allow me to introduce you all to a piece of poetry. And I start, maybe this is definitely not the first one, as I was told by Mr. Kashyap. This is not the first one. This happens to be, I believe, the third or the fourth. And the name of the poem is An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum. I don't need to key in anything regarding the title of the text. An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum is the piece of poetry by Stephen Spender. Now, Stephen Spender, the poet, figures in one of the chapters in prescribed for class 12 board exam 2021, and that is Poets and Pancakes. This gentleman, Stephen Spender, I'll write it for your convenience so that the name of the poet registers. Stephen Spender. I spelt it incorrectly. Here it is. Once again, Stephen Spender. This gentleman, this poet, figures in one of the chapters prescribed for class 12 board exams 2021. That is Poets and Pancakes. And before I begin, I was told by Mr. Kashyap, whose younger brother I am, to convey to you all that this poem, as also all other chapters, have been compressed or encapsulated in the text Flamingo, as also all other texts, as also all other chapters. And if you go through about the book, the editor of the text, or all those panel of academicians who've compiled the text, they write that Stephen Spender's An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum highlights the disparity between formal education and the ground reality. You see, I repeat this, highlights the disparity between formal education system and the ground reality. Yes. Now the key word here, if you are interested, if that interests you, is disparity. Here it is. It is disparity. This is the key word. I'm highlighting it. Here it is, underlined, bold, and I have increased the font size also. Disparity. This is the key word, disparity. Stephen Spender's The Elementary School Classroom in a Slum. I'll write the name of the poetry, I believe. I must. That will be in keeping of things. Here I am. Here you are. The elementary school, the elementary school classroom in a slum. This is the piece of poetry that we are discussing today, and in the course of say 30 to 45 minutes here and on, we will have learned the significance, the importance of how the entire poem has been abridged into the fact that it highlights the poetry highlights the disparity between formal education system and the ground reality. Now, we come back to the main word, the key word, that is disparity. If you allow me to cut it here, rather copy it and paste it underneath. Here once again, this is it. I copied it, and here I've pasted it. Disparity. If you allow me the facility of enlarging it, underlining it, and writing it in bold, disparity, which happens to be the key word, which means the difference, not any difference, not because of not because of any fair treatment, but because of unfair treatment. Disparity stems from an unfair treatment. And when I say disparity stems from an unfair treatment, I mean the difference. I'm referring to the difference. The reference is to the difference. So therefore, difference that stems from an unfair treatment. All right, say disparity between the rich and the poor. All right, say for example, disparity between the rich and the poor. Disparity between the rich and the poor. All right. Now, I hope you are able to understand or relate to relate to the meaning of the word disparity, which happens to be the key word. In how the poem has been encapsulated, which says it highlights Stephen Spender's The Elementary School Classroom in a Slum, highlights the disparity between formal education system and the ground reality. Yes. Now, one more thing before we proceed and analyze threadbare the piece of poetry, stanza-wise. I am not carrying any text. I don't have any text either. Mr. Kashyap did not give me any text. He does not share any text. So the piece of poetry which depicts this difference as of unfair treatment, as of unfair treatment resulting from maybe certain prejudices, which highlights the unfair difference that stems from unfair treatment between formal education system and the ground reality. It comprises, I understand, 4 stanzas. 4 stanzas in all. Yes, 4 stanzas. If I'm not incorrect. In the first stanza, Stephen Spender depicts